Ken Whisenhunt, who got fired today, Tennessee, and Tennessee just unraveled completely. So, Matt, I don't see you as a guy who, comes out to drop hammers on people, but clearly there is something going on between you and Ken Whisenhunt. Why and I like it, frankly. I like when guys can be brutally honest and not synthetic. What is it about Whisenhunt that drove you nuts?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm not, I know people have kind of, stopped being bitter and all these things. And to be honest with you, Colin, I'm not bitter. I mean, I think he had, a fairly large reason why I wasn't as successful as I wanted, but I've been very public and very open about that I didn't do as much as I probably should have as well. And I've taken full responsibility for my lack of success, if you want to call it, in the NFL. I just, you know what? I mean, when you tweet and obviously, I do realize that everyone sees it, and
sure,
I don't hate the man. I just think that he, I came out and said it when he got hired. I just said I don't think he's a great head football coach.
Why is he not great?
Because in my experience, I just don't think he's a guy that can adapt. I think when you're a football coach, especially in NFL, when you're dealing with guys who are making more money than you, you're dealing with guys from different cultures, walks of life, different personalities. In that locker room, it can be hard. And he just wasn't a guy that adapted to that. It was always his way or the highway. And I think people would agree with me on that.
He's not liked. But by the way, man, I have a good source inside that organization. He is not well liked.
Well, there you go. And I just, I can speak on my relationship. We didn't get off on a good start. I worked my butt off to get back in his good graces. And you know what? I just wasn't his guy. He didn't like me. I didn't like him. And I've been very honest about it over the years because, I just don't think he's a great head football coach. And a lot of quarterbacks would say that have come behind me. And I think, like you said, a lot of people have said that in different organizations. And I'm not going to bash the guy, and all that. I just, I think when Marcus Mariota got drafted there, my first thought was man, I don't know if coach can coach this guy or can get the most out of him, because Marcus Mariota is a special talent. And that's it, So again, I'm not going to throw him on the bus, even though, obviously it appears I am. I'm not. I'm very happy with being retired from the NFL. I've said it all along, and now, it's all happening.
Yeah. Well, if you can't adapt in this league, you said different cultures, different people. Did you ever have a shouting match with him? Did it ever get hostile?
We had our arguments, and at the end of the day, I wasn't his guy. It's plain and simple. And I can respect that. And and I'm sure you could do the same in the professional world. You just want to be honest. You want a man to look you in the eye and say, listen, you're not my quarterback, period. Or you're not good enough to be my guy. I would have much rather had that said to me than, beating around the bush and saying one thing, but doing another. So we had our moments, we had our moments that I'm not going to get into those, but as I'm sure he's had moments with other quarterbacks, and it's very public that he and Ben Roethlisberger didn't get along.
That's right. Yeah, they didn't. Yeah.
But again, I'm not going to speak for everybody else. Again, I was always been the first to say that I didn't do as much as I probably could have, to have success. And I tried, but I just couldn't get that confidence back that I had coming into the NFL. And that being said, I think he's better suited as an offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
He's had success in places where he doesn't have to control the whole football team.
Yep.
And I think that's what we'll see.